Singles Cruise Asia, we've been having a few guests with regards to this, as you mentioned it. No, I better not.
No, better not. Well, this very interesting concept of a cruise. You know, we're all done with dating. Everyone's done the dating. You've done the speed dating, the blind dates, and now
No more blind dates for me. I did that last week. Anyway,
and now it's you know, it's a dating holiday. You know, so somewhat. I think it's a very interesting concept too, but that's why when I was single, none of this was around. I would have tried it, definitely.
Now dah beranak satu ekor dah.
Itulah dia lah. Saham dah jatuh sikit lah, babe.
But the fun thing about this is before you think it gets any dodgier because, you know, singles cruise. Thingy. No, the fun thing is it's not only a place where you interact with other people, but there's also a few courses for you to have personal growth.
Yes, workshop. And you know what? When it comes to dating, one of the scariest thing is, oh my God, how's it going to be? How should I act? You know, or should I pay first if you're a guy or a girl? Do I open the door? And etiquette is a really big thing because, you know, to me, the first date can make or break, seriously. If the first date is bad, you do not want to go on a second date.
I can't even remember any of my first dates. It's that horrendous.
So, really? You blocked it out from your memory?
I blocked it out for the rest of my life. But I'm looking forward to my future dates. So on that note, maybe I should get some dating etiquette tips from, of course, our resident speaker here on the show, Murshidah Said, who's an image guru. And today she's going to talk about dating etiquette.
Yes, I am. Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome back.
I am very, very much looking forward to this interview. So let's just dive right into it.
Okay.
Dating etiquette. How do you think Malaysians fare on the scale of dating etiquette? Are we any good?
Well, etiquette is actually like this unwritten code of conduct, right? That makes a person look more attractive, makes a person look more poised, and has like, you know, some sort of like you come from a really good background, you know. So when you have a good etiquette, that is the perception the other people will, the other person will have of you. So there are basic things that you need to know when you are going out on a date or even in a first meeting. And this is sometimes people get confused. You know, sometimes they learn about, okay, how to ace that interview, how to have that first meeting with this new boss or something. But when it comes to dating or meeting a person in a social setting, they forget all that, and then they just, like, you know, they get nervous, you know, they switch into a different mindset. But basically it is, if we can be ourselves and yet be able to present ourselves positively to other people, it can apply to all cases, whether it's your first meeting, date, first meeting, or first social meeting with say, a friend or a client or something. All right? So what I would always recommend is be able to understand what are the fundamental human needs of everybody. Okay?
Oh, what are they?
What fundamental human needs? Okay, Dale Carnegie said, right? Fundamental human needs are, number one, people like to be appreciated. So simple things like, thank you, nice to see you, thank you for agreeing to meet me, you know, it's very nice, thank you very much for spending time with me. All these nice little thank yous, people like that. All right, people want to be appreciated. People want to be acknowledged, right? So whether you did something good or you dress something nice, you know, you just acknowledge that. You know, you don't say something that you don't mean because people can feel that, right? You don't try to praise for the sake.
You look hot, you're smoking, my goodness.
Yeah, or you try to praise somebody just for the sake of praising, and it just doesn't sound right. You know? So you have to be sincere. So people like to be acknowledged as well, all right, and people like to be recognized, right? Recognition also includes remembering their names, right? So it's like, so just sorry, what's your name just now? You know, if you say that, it's like people will get cancelled. Right, so people like to be recognized. So whether it is you acknowledge them, or you appreciate them, or you mention their names, people like that. All right. Another thing that Dale Carnegie also said is human beings do not like to be criticized. Right, so do not criticize. And one thing, I think one of my viewers also mentioned this to me. He said, in our society, most people see it as a joke or something funny to make fun of other people, right? It becomes a norm, it becomes a culture. So can we get out of that culture and just program ourselves with love and respect? When you love and respect yourself, naturally you will love and respect other people. You know, so that is what happens when you do not criticize. You know, you acknowledge and you appreciate and you say the good things about, or you empower people, right? You will make people feel good, right? So no criticisms, whether it is you criticizing your date in terms of the dressing, no, all right? Or yourself, you criticize yourself all the time, that is also a no. Worse, you criticize other people around you.
That's the thing. It's very different, you see. This is, of course, one of the best things to do. But, of course, some guys out there who are familiar with the book The Game by the author Neil Strauss, and they always say, criticize the girl. No, don't.
No, I disagree with that because I believe in empowerment. Right? We have done some experiments whereby we empower a group of people to motivate them to where they want to go, as well as you criticize them and using fear tactics to get them to where they go. The empowered group will exceed faster. Yeah,
fantastic.
But then again, there'll be that fine line of, you know, if you're being honest with your opinion about that person because they want to, you know. So how do you balance that out?
Right. Always, like I said, you know, I always program myself as well as my participants or whoever I work with love and respect. When you advise, when you, like say, comment, you say it with love and respect. Sometimes you start off with what that person did well in, and then you say what can be improved. You know, so it does not say, hey, you shouldn't do this. You know, when you put that person down, people naturally do not like to be criticized. And especially on a first date, now that we're talking about dating, right? When you, on a first date, even if you don't criticize your date or you don't criticize yourself, but you start commenting about people around you, you know, and
that shows what kind of a person you are.
That's right, and it brings the energy down.
Yes,
it brings the energy down. It's a natural human trait. You know, when it comes to criticisms or fear or any negative energy, it brings a certain negative vibe down, and it does bring down the certain energy.
And
when
you don't want to start off the first day in a negative vibe.
No.
Yeah.
This is something that I'm sure some of you have faced. You know, when you're on a date and you're having dinner, and let's say vegetables stuck in between the teeth, and it gets uncomfortable because you're meeting this person for the first time and you're going to tegur tapi tak nak tegur, but then, you know, nanti kalau tak tegur, tak baik pula. You know, things like that. So there's... it does happen.
Dates are meant to also be fun, right? So sometimes, you know, when you have that kind of level of being comfortable with each other, you know, especially over dinner, you're comfortable, then you can just say, you know, as a joke, you know, you say it with love and respect, you know, because I'm sure the person would also appreciate it and not go to the toilet. Oh my goodness, why didn't anybody tell me? You know, my teeth, the whole front teeth are green, you know. So it would be, you know, you just do it nicely.
Yeah,
right?
don't go like
ee.
Okay.
Always maintain eye contact.
Is that point number 3?
Eye contact. Okay.
Yeah. Because that is, you know, acknowledging or recognizing the person, right? And in our society, yes, in some societies it is rude to make eye contact, but in our society in Malaysia, in most parts of the world, eye contact is important, right? Eye contact, don't look anything below the eye, especially for a guy. Look at the eyes, and your eyes, maintain the eye contact, but do not look at other people around her when you're talking.
Maintaining eye contact is different from staring at her. Don't stare her down. Just, you know, when you talk to her, look into her eyes.
No ogling.
And we always also hear this about first dates, you know, when the guy says he offers to pick her up. Okay, I'll see you at 7. Would you mind going out for dinner with me? And then this is another thing. What does a woman wear? I mean, is it safe? Because I don't know if he's going to take me to a restaurant, or is he going to take me to some mama nearby? Am I going to be overdressed? Am I going to be underdressed?
Too sexy, you know. But you want to make but you don't want to be over
the top because at least they'll show you're too desperate. So what exactly?
I'll pick you up at 7. Where are we going? You know, just say, okay, where are we going? So at least I have an idea of how I'm going to dress, whether I wear jeans and t-shirt, you know, or do I, you know, really dress up? Are we going out somewhere, you know? And if you say, okay, I'm going to take you to this place or something, then, okay, you dress accordingly. And even in terms of dressing, do not dress... you know, how you like totally differently from what you normally dress. You know, when you dress not like how you dress, whether you're going out, you know, on a formal occasion or an informal occasion. Only just take a little more time to dress up properly to see, you know, some of the things that can be improved, you know. But don't try to be somebody you are not when it comes to dating. Oh, this guy comes from this kind of industry, you know, I must wear certain, you know, because you are trying to fit into that person's environment. Right?
Yeah.
So it is important to also, when it comes to dressing, because I will be sharing this as well on the cruise, is it projects your values, it projects your lifestyle, right? And be able to fit into where it is that you're going and which environment that you're going to be in.
Exactly, and in the end of the day, if it works out between the two of you, you want him to fall for you or her to fall for you for who you are.
Exactly.
So you don't really want to pretend to be someone else.
Yeah, like I always say, it will get very tiring if you end up with that person, and for the longest time you still have to maintain that act, all the time. Yeah, because you want to be comfortable.